Well, the update for the July temperature forecast is in, and there are some changes to it. Let's have a look at what we've got. And let's look at the current soil moisture conditions across the country. We know it's extremely dry across the southwest. That's where the drought's going, and that's where the hot weather is going to remain. This part of the forecast is going to hold true. We're not going to make any changes out to the west, primarily west of the Continental Divide. Should be a hot July, hotter than average. However, in the east, looking at the soil moisture conditions, we've got very wet soils here across parts of the Middle Atlantic and even parts of the western Great Lakes. And what we think is maybe those will hold the temperatures down a little bit during the month, with the wet soils being harder to heat up. That makes the atmosphere above it a little harder to heat up as well. So overall, when you look at the temperature forecast, again, not much has changed in the west. That's where we expect the real heat to remain in place. But farther to the east, we expanded the cooler conditions a little bit farther to the north for the month of July. Again, this is cooler than average conditions expected in places like Chicago, Madison, Wisconsin, Detroit, Des Moines. So we extended that a little bit farther to the north. And we also kept in some much cooler than average conditions in the southeast. Again, that's primarily due to the wet soils. It's not going to be that there's any cold outbreaks coming into the southeast. It's just that the wet ground will likely keep temperatures on average a little bit cooler than normal.